So one of the things that Canva is very good at is listening to feedback from their customers, especially educators, as they continue to push this with schools. And they are continually releasing new updates, new features. And so some of these are just within the last few weeks. And you'll see that they are sort of constantly rearranging their dashboard, different categories, things like that. So two of the things that, hey, in the last few months, they've really sort of gotten into or are really useful are docs and websites. So you have all these templates and things that we've looked at, but if you look here on the main page, they actually have lots of different document options, sort of layouts. Again, they have all kinds of templates. You can start with going with a document. They also have this here. You see this is brand new, called Docs to Decks, which is basically once you create a document with them, it will automatically translate it or move it over into a presentation. So you can use one of their doc templates if you want. Let's say, for example, we like this. And we have information there. You can actually, once you have created different kinds of documents, you can actually take that document and then move it over into a presentation or a slide doc using this feature. And it automatically turns it. You don't have to do really any work at all, which is a pretty cool feature. You can also build websites inside of Canva. Here, lots of templates, again, different sort of categories and things. So we actually, if you saw here in Clearwater, Emily McGuire built a website on Canva about sort of the history of Clearwater schools, which looks really good. So if you're a Google Sites user or you like to use websites with your students to sort of have them show what they know or display, this is a good option as well. Those are pretty new, powerful features inside of Canva. Presentations is one over the course of the last year or so that really has gotten good. This effectively is like Google Slides, but they have a lot of different ratio options. If you're doing like mobile presentations, also the ability to record inside your presentation or record voice and time it out, which is really nice. So let's just say, for example, I know I've got one here because I want to show you some features or some things. They also have a lot of pre-built nice animations in them. In fact, most of the conferences I've been to over the course of the last year, people that are presenting are not using Google Slides. They're using Canva. And so just to give you an example here, you can present from inside. So it looks very similar to like Google Slides. I can get a presenter view. I can present and record if I want to do this to actually pre-record it, or I can set it on timing once I do it for autoplay. I'm just going to do a normal full screen presentation. So you see this, a lot of this is built in already. So as advanced, a lot of the animation, so I don't have to set up the animations. I can do links. I can do lots of different things. Just looks really nice as it comes in. You can see there they've got a pre-built link that comes back to the original thing or the original home page. So that's pretty cool in terms of what's going on there. Another thing that's really cool, and I'll just go back to the start page. You don't have to do this necessarily. When I present, so I'm just going to present in full screen. One of the options that you can get down here in the bottom right-hand corner, especially if you go somewhere that doesn't have like clickers or you're not or used to having a clicker, on these three dots, you can get this share remote control. And this is interesting. It doesn't show the link, I think probably because of like students or people copying this. You just copy the link and it's going to give you a link to turn your phone into a remote control. So what I found the easiest thing to do is just copy that link, sort of get it ahead of time. It's the same link for this presentation no matter when you use it. Go ahead and just email that link to yourself. So here's what it looks like right here, Canva presentation control. It's got all this stuff. So that when you run that presentation, and again, I'll come back here. When you open that link on your phone through your email, whatever email you use it to, it opens just this little window, and it's got, I know you can't see it here, but it basically has a right button and a left button on it. And I can control that. And so I'm doing that right now from my phone. I can control then using my phone, my presentation basically as a clicker. The other cool thing, it has a button at the top called Magic Shortcuts. And so it basically has all these little features of buttons that I can use and press. So I can blur it out. That's the blur button. There's my unblur. And do a little drum roll when we're ready. I can also sort of blind or close the screen, and then when I tap it again, it comes back. So there's lots of cool little things or features that are useful, especially in the classroom. Again, that is the phone as remote, or down here, the share remote control button. So pretty cool additional feature to presentations that you can use. So those are all some pretty newly added features in the recent weeks and months. Also, one more. They do have a new AI image generator. And so if I'm on a presentation or any project at all that I want to do an image to, I come down here and I do apps, and it's called text to image. So this really is me saying like dog in a canoe. So this is going to actually create an image for me based on what my description is. Now, it may take a little bit because it's generating. So we find, and it auto generates what you do. Now, one piece of advice I have, if you're using a person, a kid on a bike in snow. If you do a person, when you do this, sometimes it gets their hands or some of their fingers. Like you might see that there's a person, this isn't up close at all, but you might see that they have like 6 fingers or something, because it is auto-generating the image. You can also choose the styles, which is really cool. So I can like switch this to dreamlike, and I'm going to create it again. So I still have the kid on a bike in the snow, but I can actually pick the sort of artistic styles of what's there. And so now I get this different image, and I'll say I want to use this one. And into my presentation it goes. Again, it's literally creating images that don't exist based on your description. So a pretty cool feature. So those are some newly released features in Canva.